Hey, and welcome. One of the things, or one of the questions that I get asked a lot from life insurance agents all over the country is like, how do I actually get more leads from my Facebook ads? You know, a lot of insurance agents have been figuring out that running their own Facebook ads is really the best way to get leads. It's the most cost effective, it's the least expensive, and it is definitely the most reliable because you're not relying on a third party vendor and hoping that they're giving you brand new leads and not reselling you old leads. That's really the gist of it. But when you have it down on how it is that you're acquiring your leads, the next thing that people want to know about is a couple of things. How do I work those leads, and how do I get more leads in? And the reason I suspect that I've been getting this question, well, don't suspect, I actually know why. People have a tendency to think that, okay, if I acquire more states that I can, that I get licensed in, then that's going to give me more leads. It's one of the things that I've talked about extensively in some of our mastermind sessions as well. So let me explain to you how it is that actually the Facebook leads thing works, because you can be licensed in 1 state, 5 states, 50 states, but the budget that you have set on Facebook, whether that's $25, $50, $100, $200, is going to be spread across all of those states, whether it's 1 or whether it's 50. So if you have 1 state, for instance, and you think that getting more states is going to get you more leads, it's not. The number of states is actually not the driver in the number of leads that come in. It is actually your lead budget. The more you invest into the leads, the more leads you get. So if you're investing $25 in leads, you're going to get $25 worth of leads, no more than that. If you're investing $200 worth of leads, you're going to get $200 worth of leads, and that's going to be your cap. But the great thing about running your own Facebook ads and getting leads in that way is that your lead cost is lower. We have people getting leads, from $1.50, $2.75 per lead, and these are brand new leads coming into them and only them through their own Facebook accounts, as compared to if you're using lead vendors, you're paying $30 or more per lead for a brand new Facebook lead that you actually don't know if it's brand new. So once those leads start coming in and you have a budget that is providing you with the number of leads that you want, whether that's at a budget of $50 or a budget of $200, it's completely up to you. But now the thing that kind of takes this up a level is when you have systems in place that can actually have those leads that come in have the ability to automatically book on your calendar. And once that starts happening, you can start doing some simple analysis of what's going on. You're getting, say, this many leads coming in, and this many of those leads are actually booking on your calendar, right? And that's going to be, you're going to be able to tweak that using the budget that you set aside for that. So the thing about that is most people will not book on your calendar automatically. They'll come in as a lead, but they won't book on your calendar automatically. That's okay, because you can work these numbers backwards. So if you got, let's just use round numbers. All right. So if you got 100 leads that came in, but only, I'll use a small number, 10 people booked on your calendar automatically. You got 100 leads that actually came in. You own those leads, but only 10 of those leads booked on your calendar. Then you can start doing some simple math and saying, for every 100 leads that I get, 10 people will book on my calendar. You can start seeing that over a period of 60, 90 days, you'll be able to see the trend that's going on with your particular Facebook ad campaign and with the leads that are actually coming in. So now, what needs to happen? Let me just switch screens here with this. So you've got, let's just start off here. You've got your Facebook ad. That Facebook ad is driving a certain number of leads to you, right? And then from that, a certain number of leads are going to book on your calendar. And then from that, you're going to make a certain number of sales. That's how that's going to work. And this is how you can reverse engineer some of this as well. But this is simply what I'll call stage one. This is your stage one, where you actually now know a lot about your numbers. You know exactly what's going on with that. And this is very simple, because all of this is done through the lead that comes in from Facebook. There's going to be questions that you ask your lead. And then when they book on your calendar, there'll be a certain number of other questions that you're able to ask. But when you really think about it, going into, I used to know how to switch screens here. But anyway, since I don't, let's just do this. I'll have to pull this up, and let's close this out, and we'll go to a blank one. All right, so now we're going to look at what happens in, let's just call it stage two. Right, so in stage two is really where we start talking about follow-up. Because if we take the last stage here, right, or the second to the last stage, you've got a number of people that will book on your calendar. And then from there, we said we went to number of sales is going to come from that as well. So now you're going to have that, but the number of sales can be increased, because when someone actually becomes, let's just say, a lead for you, do you have a follow-up sequence of emails that will go out? These little squares are going to represent follow-up emails. Leads came in, they haven't booked on your calendar, you haven't quote unquote connected with them as of yet. And I can tell you frankly, a lot of people give up way too early on leads. They don't work them significantly enough. They call them maybe 5 times and then they give up on that lead. You should not be giving up on your leads until someone has told you no. This is how people at the highest level, high producers, are actually making and earning the income that they're making, because they're not giving up on leads. They're not giving up on the follow-up. So this email sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll just call it at least 6 emails. You ought to have a sequence that you can set up so that when a lead comes in, you can actually follow up with them via email and also via text on maybe once a week over 6 weeks, or twice a week over 3 weeks. This is going to give you more shots at the apple. Now, what needs to go into, when we talk about what needs to go into this follow-up sequence that we're looking at doing? All right. So when you look at what the follow-up sequence should include, it's going to be an email that is going to include more info about the type of insurance that they're looking to get based on the ad that you put. That's going to be in there. The second thing you want to make sure that you have in there is a story about someone that you've actually helped with that same type of insurance. You want to give them some sort of story, a case study based on what you've done, or even a story that reflects something negative from someone that didn't get insurance. This could be a personal story that you have, someone in your family, so on and so forth. The third thing that you want to include is your link to book on your calendar. The link for your calendar. That's what you want to have in there. That's going to be towards the bottom, or you may have it twice throughout the email, and also again, maybe as a PS after your signature, so that they are very well informed on the way or the next step that they ought to be taking in order to connect with you. Now, you can set these different, this follow-up sequence through a couple of different modes. You can use what's called Calendly. Spell it right. It's calendly.com. You can use a system like MailChimp. You can use a system like ClickFunnels. or maybe the CRM that you're currently using now. And there are many different types of CRMs that are out there as well. So when you start looking at how you're going to take yourself, your business, your life insurance business to the next level, it is all about making the sale. It is all about making sure that you're getting as many at-bats and in front of your prospects as possible. You can do this, like I said, through your CRM. You can do this through setting up, email campaign that'll go out regularly to the people when they come in as a lead. These are things that we've seen from our clients that works for them. These are things that they're letting us know that they're doing so that they're getting better and better at being able to connect with the people that they want to connect with. Our clients are telling us this. We're seeing this happen every day. And look, if you want to grab more information on that, I'm sure there's a link somewhere around this video that you can get more information about that. But watch this video again, maybe a couple, 2-3 times. Get something out of this that's going to help what you do next improve your ability to make more life insurance sales. Until next time, I'll see you then.